Education Center. Today we have Elstina. So welcome Elstina.
Hello everyone, hi. My name is Elstina and I was born in India, Mumbai. I've been second year medical student in Italy, specifically the Polytechnic University of Marche in Ancona. I started looking into universities both in India and abroad. And then when I was looking into all of these procedures and everything and how studies are conducted in India versus abroad, taxes, VAT tax and everything, it comes to around 16,500. So that is like a major difference from what I would be paying in India. I do want to specialize in neurosurgery. You can register yourself with the GMC. You don't have to give the PLAP exam for that.
Welcome to Higher Education Center. Today we have Elstina, who is currently a medical student in Italy. She cleared her IMAT exam and she is currently studying there. Today we'll get to know from her what it is like to study in an Italian medical college, what is the procedure and how as an Indian medical aspirant, how beneficial or how tough it is to study into a Italian medical college. So welcome Elstina.
Hello everyone, hi.
So can you introduce yourself a little bit? Where are you from and in which university program are you currently enrolled?
So hi everyone, my name is Elstina and I was born in India, Mumbai. I've been raised there. I've been lived all my life there. Currently, I'm a second year medical student in Italy, specifically the Polytechnic University of Marche in Ancona. Yes.
And when did you first decided that you want to go for this Italy exam, IMAT exam, and want to study medicine from Italy? And how did you got to know about this?
So, not to be a cliche, but then I've always wanted to be a doctor. I was always fascinated with how medicine works. So, after my boards, in fact, before I could give my boards, I started looking into universities both in India and abroad. And then when I was looking into all of these procedures and everything and how studies are conducted in India versus abroad, I started, studying abroad started feeling more appealing. Looking at different universities, the opportunities that they have, the scholarships, all of that started becoming more appealing. So that's when I decided that I have to study medicine abroad. Now, but which country in abroad? 2 or 3 of my acquaintances, they were like, you should look into Italy. Italy is a good country. In fact, my aunt was also studying in Italy, so I decided to look into it. I went to a few seminars here and there, visited a few educational fairs as well, and that's when I knew.
What's the major reason that you zeroed out on Italy?
First of all, the tuition fees, they calculate the tuition fees according to your financial background.
Okay.
For most Indian students, it is pretty nominal. Apart from scholarships, they welcome a lot of international students. So you get to meet people from all around the world. Their education system is amazing. All of that really pulled me into studying medicine.
How much tuition fee you were paying as of now for yourself?
As of now, for me, it was 150 euros. That is the application amount.
150
And
euros. That is around
150 euros.
15,000
That is
Indian
around
currency.
16,500.
Around 15,500, something like that. Yeah.
With taxes, VAT tax and everything, it comes to around 16,500. So that is like a major difference from what I would be paying in India.
The tuition fees same here into the Indian government colleges as well around. Similarly like that.
Yeah,
but that you are going to study in Italy as an international student
Yes.
and paying other payments.
Yes.
And also as you told that you have got a lot of international students in your batch. So from which country there are students in your university?
So there are students from India, of course. There's students from Sri Lanka, from Korea, from Japan, from Latin America, from America as well. You'll find students from Africa. You'll find students from all around the world. It's just a melting pot of cultures.
And you were telling me some about one student that is from UK as well, right?
Yes. So she's from UK, but she's come here to study in Italy, and then she'll go back to do her masters back in the UK because it's easier to study in Italy. It's much better, I think.
And also, what were your first thoughts when you first visited this country? How was it like when you arrived in Italy and got to explore this university?
Yeah, when I got down in Roma, I was really scared. I was a little worried, but I was also very excited. And then my friend was the one who helped me transition into Italy. I don't speak the language well. I'm still learning. Okay. So it was a good thing that she was with me. We were doing a lot of paperwork, the codice, like the tax code, applying for a resident permit, enrolling myself in the university. So all of the first few weeks were hectic. I had to do all of this.
Getting somebody who is there to help you is really helpful, right? Yeah.
It's really helpful. It eases down your anxiety, and then it is very nice to have someone with you doing it. Also, they'll introduce you to the culture very nicely. You get to enjoy the views. Even though we were busy running around, we still got to enjoy the view. I think, in fact, at one point we decided not to take the bus because Ancona is a small city. We decided to walk around just to look at the view and enjoy the place.
And how is the academic experience so far? And like, how are the professors, the hospitals, the training? How is it like? How much focus is on the theory classes and how much focus is on the practical classes and the training work?
In Ancona, we have a dual degree. What I am doing is a dual degree that combines medicine with biomedical engineering.
Okay.
So it's really exciting. The first 3 years focuses on classical medicine, theoretical medicines, biophysics, medical statistics, anatomy, physiology, and also the engineering aspect of it. So we're doing obviously biophysics, kinetics, coding. We're also learning to code. Then from the year, which is really exciting as well. From year 4 onwards, we start with clinical rotations where you're shadowing doctors and learning at the hospital. The hospital is really exciting as well. I've been told that they have a lot of new technology. So yeah.
That is one very good thing about Italy, especially Europe, that you like get to experience all the advanced technologies that are coming into the medicine field first time. Like I guess the type of course that we're currently enrolled in, we try to find out in some of the other countries, even like in India. I don't think so that we have course design such as with the biomedical engineering.
No. This is the first course. In fact, even in Italy, this is the first course, the first university that is combining biomedical engineering with medicine. So yeah, like they're training us to be a modern doctor.
Italy has many first into the medical field. First country to do the like anatomical dissection and presented to the University of Dhoni. So they take it as their pride that they should lead in that field. Yeah. So that's so.
Yes.
So have you been part of any of the like have you got to visit any of those laboratories or any of those modern infrastructure that kind of give you an awestruck that it's so good?
Right now, as a second year student, we've only been able to see the microbiology or the microanatomy lab where you get to see the specimens, and every one of us have their own equipments.
Okay.
In India, we had to share it amongst people, but every one of us have their own equipments, and we have labs above. I'm supposed to visit it next week, so hopefully it'll be fun and I get to see it. But then if you ask the professors, the labs are open. If you ask them, they'll let you and you can see around and stuff. It's like really beautiful.
Also, I got to know from some of the students that in the vacations also, they like to do voluntary work and work with the hospitals professionals. So how are the professors? Are they supportive, especially for the Indian students?
Yes, they're really supportive regardless of what race you are. If you have further questions, you can always ask them and they are really happy to answer those questions. And in case if you've missed a lecture or you don't know, they'll provide you with the course, they'll provide you with references to what they did, or they will give you the PPT. There's a separate website just for all of it, and it's very accessible. In fact, if you want to know more about what you're learning, they'll give you research papers, they'll help you find research papers, or they'll help you talk to someone else who knows better. So they're very helpful. They get really passionate, obviously the Italians, they get really passionate about whatever they like. So also, the professors are really helpful like that.
Also, like being a girl, how has it been like in the particular city in Italy? Is it welcoming, or is there something that one should consider in mind before coming to the country, or is it completely safe and sound? You feel confidence there?
Yeah, it is very safe. But as a girl, I would always say that you have to look after yourself. But I have been safe. I can come home like late at night and not have to worry that much. The police will come to help you. You can call up your friends. There's no reason for you to do that, but there's always, you'll always have the police on your side. And if you inform the university as well that something is going on, they take discrimination or gender inequality very seriously. So there are harsh repercussions. So I genuinely do not do that. It is a very safe country. Yes.
So how is your social and cultural life there? From how many nationalities you have make friends till now? Do you meet them? Do you go outside on weekend with them? How is your social life from being in Italy?
It's fun. It's a lot of met a lot of people. Sometimes we make plans, or sometimes we just sit at home, chill. The food is a very important thing here. Okay. So I make Indian food for them, or they'll make me food from their culture. I've tried a lot of food right now, and we do go out. Now it's winter, so it's really difficult to leave the house. But it's not difficult because it's too cozy in the house right now.
What kind of food have you offered them, and to which nationality people, and did they like it?
Oh, I think obviously Italians tried Indian food, but then they find it too spicy. So I make them kheer.
Kheer, okay.
So kheer they like. And there are Indian restaurants here. So they try Indian food from the restaurants just in case my food is not really nice. So I'm like, it's okay, we can try that. But I've tried Peruvian food, Korean food, Chinese food, and it's really nice. And then you can go out. Maybe there are parties sometimes. The university has social clubs that organize games, treasure hunt or something like that. So you can always go there, meet new people from different places there. And the good thing about studying here is you have time to do other things as well. So one of my friends has taken up martial arts, one is dancing, the other one is in choir. So you can do whatever, like you have time to focus on your hobbies as well. I'm thinking about going to a dance.
That's really good to hear. Also, like the students who are looking at this interview and are planning to sit for this IMAT examination, what's the correct time when you start preparing for this examination? Whether you are 11th standard or after 12, when should you start like giving a serious thought to this exam?
Many students usually give NEET and then they come for IMAT. So I think if you're preparing, NEET already gives you a good knowledge about math, physics, biology. From May onwards, if you start focusing mostly on the way IMAT is prepared, so I think May is a good time. You get like 3 or 4 months, and you can prepare from them. But ideally, I would start studying. If I were to study only for IMAT, I think I would start studying like 6 to 7 months ahead. If I had no other exam that I'm giving, or if I have no prior knowledge, 7 month mark is a good boundary to start from.
That's so good to hear. And suppose I'm going to like ask you, what are some of the advantages that you feel that you have if you are studying your medicine from Italy? Suppose if you would have got here, do you ever feel that you are not studying in India? Between your choice of India and Italy, what was your first choice? Was it here that you don't get into NEET and that's why you choose the IMAT, or did you apply for IMAT and focused on IMAT itself?
So when I applied, I was confident. I was completely sure of myself that I want to get into Italy. So that was my biggest focus. I had to give NEET because if I ever want to come back to India and practice, that's the reason why I gave NEET. But yes, I always knew that I would not be able to cope up with the mental stress and how toiling and pressurizing the Indian medical system can be. So I always knew that I wanted to study in Italy with all of its benefits that come with it. Yeah.
So other than the scholarship and having to experience a good quality of education here, and also meeting a lot of international students, anything else do you think that help you make a decision that you want to go for this Italy itself, the medical license or anything like that?
See, so the thing is, with the Italian medical degree, I can practice all across Europe, all across Europe.
Like
also,
which all countries?
See?
Europe, which all countries? Europe, like Switzerland and all these countries?
Switzerland, the Netherlands, Germany, any of the countries, very good countries that I can practice and live there. Also, if I wanted to specialize, I do want to specialize in neurosurgery, so I would look. So an Italian medical degree makes it much easier for me to specialize in the EU or the UK, or if I want to study in the US, the Italian medical degree makes it much more easier for me to give the USMLE and stuff like that way. So it just makes my life a little more easier now. And it will make my life a little more easier in the future.
We also got to know that to get into the specialization, let's say after you study MBBS in Germany, in Italy, and now you want to, I guess you want to specialize in neurosurgery in, let's say you are looking for Germany. So is there any exam, as we have the NEET PGD in India, any competitive exam, or is it easy to get there?
So there's no exam that you have to give. Okay, you have to submit all your papers. It's just a bureaucratic process.
And in that will be helping you whether you want to go to Netherlands or want to go to any other country. Do you have a USA in mind as well for you?
I don't think so. I don't really like the US.
No. If you want to match the salary, Switzerland has the same salary as of the US, the highest salary. Yeah.
It's Switzerland and Luxembourg, but then for Luxembourg, I'll have to learn French. So maybe.
You just have to learn German. It will take care of Germany, Switzerland, Luxembourg. German
is
just one language will take care of. Even Italian will take care of it in Switzerland. Italian is the official language in Switzerland as well. So you will not have to learn any extra language by the time you complete the education, so that the students who are watching this get much more clarity. Suppose if you would have been studying your medicine in India, what your journey would have been after 6 years for the post-graduation and other future settlements, And right now, if you are currently you are studying your medicine from Italy, from a public university, here after your 6 years of medicine, what is the next course of action for the post graduation and for the other opportunities?
So if I was studying medicine right now back in India, I think I would be done with medicine within 5.5 years. After that, again, need PG, and I would be stuck in that cycle of giving the exam, not passing the exam, giving the exam, not passing, whatever. If I get into the PG, I would still work a lot and then not be paid enough for it. My stipend was definitely going to be not sustainable. But now that I'm in Italy, the good thing is that after I complete my 6-year course, I can apply for specialization anywhere in the European Union. I don't have to give any exam, any post-graduation exam. I just have to do a little bit of paperwork, mostly bureaucratic processes, and I can specialize there or start working in those countries. There's Switzerland, there's Netherlands, there's Germany. There are many countries that I can do it. So I think I will have a better starting point for my career studying in the.
So that's great to hear. I guess the journey, the hard work is of 6 years. After that,
Yes.
you are being financially rewarded. You are being rewarded with a medical license that has got great power, and you are being rewarded with the opportunity to do your specialization in your desired branch. Right? So good to hear. That is one of the major concerns for most of the students. And finally, what advice would you give to the students who currently is looking at this interview and want to come to Italy and study medicine from Italy?
So now that if you're looking at the interview, that means you're very interested in studying in Italy or studying abroad in the first place. I'd suggest researching into what you want to do, researching into the universities, and the universities are really nice. They'll often answer your questions. You can look them up on social media, chat to the student ambassadors, talk to people from the university, just get to know what you're getting into. And the more you look into it, the more you'll get excited about it, the more you'll want to do it. And then once you do that, you can start preparing for IMAT, preparing for your studies. All of that comes slowly, but I suggest not to get scared. Things happen slowly. Don't be intimidated. It happens one step at a time. You'll have a lot of people supporting you. So one step at a time, and you can do it.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So also, I would like to ask you, suppose after MBBS in Italy, medicine in Italy, all of students wants and desire to go in UK, to work there in UK as a doctor. So what's the procedure there?
So if you want to practice medicine in the UK, you can register yourself with the GMC. You don't have to give the PLAP exam for that. You just submit your degree and they'll give you your licensing number, your registration number, and you can practice in the UK. If you want to do your postgraduate, you can do that as well. After doing that, a lot of Indian parents are really protective over their kids, so they'll want the child to come back. So you can do your specialization, then you can come. You don't have to give any exams in India. Your license is already recognized by the Indian Medical Council. So that's also a plus point.
Okay, that's so great to hear. So we feel very thankful and grateful that you gave your busy time. Like as a med student, you have to study a lot. And even in the weekends, when you talk with the med students, they are studying. The engineering and other students, they are partying. So it's very thankful to you that you gave your time. I hope this interview is going to be of some use to the aspiring medical aspirants, not just the Indian medical aspirants, the worldwide medical aspirants to whom this interview will reach. We again thank you very much, Elsie.
Thank you so much. I hope it's helpful. Yes.
Yes.